Welcome back guys, Slowbacon here. So Total War have released Total War Warhammer Vampire Counts campaign walkthrough. So it was released 6 hours ago. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, so I thought let's look at it together and I can just give you my thoughts as we go through. So let's begin. Sega.
Hello, good evening and welcome.
Good start, we're like 5 seconds into the 1 second into the movie and I've already stopped it. So I just wanted to point out, I really like the aesthetic of the Vampire Counts. It just looks really awesome. It's nice. Let's just have a look at what I can actually see. So that's where your start menu and stuff is. That's cool. Obviously income. Well, that's income. That's obviously your current gold. Yeah, cool.
The latest Total War Warhammer campaign walkthrough video. Today we'll be looking at the Vampire Counts and some of their unique game mechanics, technologies and battlefield units. So here we are, 112 turns into a campaign, and we've had some real commotion so far. After planting off...
God, look at that dwarf territory. I wonder if that's... He said it was quite early in the campaign. Man, that's ridiculous. So that's dwarves, that's him. It's Vampire Counts. I'm guessing that's Empire and that's Chaos, I guess. Orcs, doesn't seem to be any orcs on that map
in Sylvania and
should be down
the
south.
Surrounding vamp factions of Tempelhof and Schwarzhofen, we sort of accidentally went to war with the Greenskins. Pretty much every resource we had was poured into beating back the 4 Greenskin Doomstacks and assorted heroes that attacked
Greenskins
Sylvania,
down the bottom.
and war making the strangest of bedfellows, we actually managed to tie up a defensive alliance with the Dwarfs as we had a major, highly aggressive mutual enemy. During that period, the Dwarfs also confederated with Zufbar, nearly doubling their settlement and army count. And despite the fact that our corrupted lands were causing the Dwarfs attrition, they chose to sell.
So Dwarfs, Vampire, Empire, Chaos. No idea. No idea what the sun is. Somebody tell me please. It's obviously a faction within one of these. I'm not sure which one it is.
An army out of Zufbar to help us out in the defence of Waldenhof here. As you can see, the Dwarfs now form a solid buffer between us and the Greenskins, and they've been steadily rolling them south since, leaving us a period of relative calm in which to focus on expanding northward. We've taken the town of Essen from Ostermark, and we're now gearing up for an assault on Beckhafen. Now, it feels pretty crucial that we capture Beckhafen, as north of that point, the Warriors of Chaos and the Norskins have been unleashing all hell, with armies of the damned pouring out of the Chaos Wastes. They're putting the northern part of the old world to the torch and seeding the land with chaos corruption. So they're hidden by the Shroud at the moment, but there's Chaos Warrior and Norscan armies here seething westward, threatening the lands of the Empire. So we need to exploit this period of calm at our end of the map, in preparation for the coming of this guy, Archaon the Ever-Chosen. Now his army is currently encamped, as is the one next to him, probably recruiting.
So obviously he's part of Chaos. Is there... Can you pick different races within each faction? I wonder if you can.
And actually this one seems to be exuding some kind of tentacular effect. So
kind of makes sense too, wouldn't it, really?
Is likely to be very nasty. So yes, Beckhafen is the point at which we're aiming to draw our line in the sand and mount the stoutest defence we can muster. After that, hopefully we can beat the Warriors of Chaos back from whence they came. Now, if we look at our objectives, one of our key victory conditions is to bottle the hordes back up in the Chaos Wastes and ensure that Archaon himself is at least wounded. Now that's going to take some work, some powerful armies.
Oh, I like that. You can choose whether you want to play the long game or the short game, and depending on which version you're going to try and go for, the win conditions are different. That's cool.
Our short campaign objectives also require us to knock out the Empire, which is no mean feat in itself. If we wanted to play for the long objectives, however, we'd also have to take care of Bretonnia and tackle that increasingly vast dwarf empire. In terms of military might, we have a few armies in the mix, but less than we did have. After a recent and rather costly drive to max out our city development, we now have access to some of the highest...
Oh, I like that too. Like, really simple interface. Click a button, here's all your troops across the land, rather than having to click on different buttons to get it to your troops and stuff. It's nice, simple. Shows you everything you need to know.
In the Vampire roster. Checking the building browser in our home city of Castle Drakenhof, you can see that we're now capable of recruiting Terrorgeists, Svargolfs and Hexwraiths. We're currently in the process of replacing our skeleton hordes with these much more powerful units.
So is that actually the building menu? So you jump in and you can actually select from this, so you can actually see everything rather than having to go to a different menu and then pick from that. I wonder if that is. Not sure. I do like that it's got pictures of what units actually come with those upgrades and stuff too. That's really good. Rather than having to like click on every single one to find out what it does.
Provided by higher tier recruitment buildings, in effect trading quantity for quality. And as you might expect, our turn-by-turn army upkeep costs are therefore beginning to spiral. We're now in a situation where we really need to make some land grabs, and these northeastern human territories are our best hope for that. Recruitment for the Vamps is done in two ways. Like any race, you can of course recruit units from buildings that you've built in certain provinces. The second way is to raise the dead, and this is done instantly. You get them the turn that you raise them. Now, corpses are plentiful in the old world, and wherever your lords are, they'll be able to raise from a limited pool of low-tier zombies and skeletons, which will replenish over time.
Nice. That's really nice, actually. I love that. I don't know if other races are going to have something similar where you can... Because it's kind of replacing the mercenary thing, isn't it, really? Well, for the undead anyway. I wonder if the other races have got something similar.
However, large battles with high death tallies tend to seed the ground with a surfeit of corpses,
really?
Increasing the odds of higher level
That's
undead
cool.
appearing in the pool. And once the dust of the conflict has settled, you'll get an epic battle site marker like this one. Assuming you've already unlocked access to higher tier unit types through your buildings already, and if the sheer number of corpses resulting from such a huge battle is high enough, you may be able to raise those elite units from the ground.
Wow. So if you win a big battle, not only do you win the battle, you get a chance to recruit higher tier units from that battle, or that have died during that battle, and you can recruit from that. That's nice. So that kind of eliminates the need to sit in a town, doesn't it, really? You can just have your battle, reinforce with raised dead. I don't know what the cooldown is on raised dead. Reinforce with your raised dead and
Here
carry
is
on.
next to one such battle site, and you can see that the number of dead generated in this battle must have been pretty high, because he has access to a much wider range of units, including Crypt Ghouls and Black Knights. Now, this isn't just a convenient way to bolster your armies with better quality troops when you're far from home. It also gets you thinking about how to generate rich, non-civic recruitment zones on the map. Maneuver two powerful enemies into war with each other through some Machiavellian diplomacy, draw them into mass conflicts like this, and your armies can benefit from the plentiful dead.
So you could set like a
Kemmler was the legendary.
You could set like a chain of that up, eh? Like move one army through, attack, win some battle stuff, carry on or fall back or whatever you're going to do. Then the next army that you send through the same region is going to have access to all those increased piles of bones and stuff, so they'll be able to recruit a lot easier.
Lord we chose to begin this campaign with, Manfred only came on the scene recently, and here he is besieging Beckhafen. He's up to level 12 now, and we've put a lot of points into his Lore of Vampires spell chain.
Nice, simple
interface. If we want to
interface.
see how those spells look in combat, we can simply right-click them and get an animated view of the spell at work in the spell browser. On the character details panel here, you can manage the various magic items wielded by your lords and heroes. You can assign any items you've won to the currently selected character, though if an item is already assigned to someone else, you'll of course get a warning to inform you. Technology-wise,
nice, so you can actually move your treating like this as somebody who's going to be making videos on this. You've got to have a wee shudder, and it's like, I'm going to have to try and pronounce those. Oh my god. Die Notas Blasphemy Beastery. Yes.
Direwolves and Varghosts. Master of the Storm is actually an excellent early win, as it brings some much
Fueled
needed
by fear.
survivability
I can stick
to
with those
otherwise
ones.
unarmoured and slightly brittle Fellbats. The Lamian Book of Blood improves many campaign game aspects such as growth, diplomacy, and the spread.
What's
of
that one down the middle? The
corruption.
Hexantial
Now, corruption is
Sacrifice.
obviously a really
What the
important
hell?
part of the Vampire Counts gameplay, and you can find plenty of detail on
Decipher
that in our recent
Necrophag
rally.
manuscripts.
And finally, we're just beginning to make headway into the Liber Necronomica, which
Oh,
improves
Liber
crit rolls and
Necronomica.
horrors,
Okay, yeah, cool.
Cairn Wraiths, Hex Wraiths, and reduces army attrition damage, which is super helpful when your armies are marching on uncorrupted or chaos-corrupted ground. We're currently researching Soulbinder in order to reduce
Soulbinder, I can say that
recruitment
one.
and upkeep costs of our newly available Hex Wraith cavalry,
Oh, no.
as they are expensive units. But as you'll see, there are some very good reasons for that. Among other fearsome high-tier undead units, Manfred is marching with some Hex Wraiths in tow, so let's take a closer look at them. While the physical stats of the Hex race don't look all that meaty in terms of raw numbers, it's their various traits which make them uniquely powerful. First off, they have super high physical resistance, making them all but immune to regular or non-magical damage. They also cause terror, which brings a major morale debuff to whoever they're fighting. But it's their attacks which are perhaps their most impressive
So what I'm picking up from this video so far is there's a lot of
aspect, as they do a combination of armor piercing, flaming and magical damage, the latter ignoring the majority of regular armor and enabling Hexwraith to literally scythe their way through most unit types. In short, these are some of the best cavalry in the game, and that is reflected in their high upkeep cost. And Manfred is also fielding a
So like to counter those, you're going to need a unit that's resistant to fire damage, aren't you? So this kind of moving into like the paper rock scissors type of system.
Pinnacle of the Vampire Count's roster. A winged, terror-causing behemoth, it has poison attacks and does a staggering 280 points of armor-piercing damage. And as if that wasn't enough, it's also capable of regenerating hit points during the course of a battle.
Insane.
Being a desiccated bag of magically bound bones, however, it is somewhat susceptible to fire damage. So if you're facing one in battle, your flame spells will definitely have a priority target.
I wonder if like your units know that that's the thing they should be attacking, like, oh yeah.
We're going to leave Heinrich and the Vampire Counts.
Or is it going to be a combination of both?
Tune in again soon when we'll be taking a closer look at these terrifying high-tier undead units in battle.
Alright, so that's the end of it. So, yeah, promising start. God. Every video I see, I just like it more and more. Really exciting stuff coming. Yeah, no, really good. I really enjoyed that. Hopefully you enjoyed this first look with me and, getting my thoughts as we were looking at the video together. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you next time.